top of the day, beautiful people. Vinay, shalom, shalom. All right, y'all. All right, beautiful people. I'm kind of chilling. Hold on one second. All right, y'all. Happy Saturday, set apart, living. Shalom, Kendra. Shalom, shalom. All right, beautiful people. Happy Saturday. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all time off away from me yesterday. All right, y'all. We're going to get right to it today. Chapter 1 in this next book is pretty long. All right, so it is Saturday. Happy Saturday, beautiful people. It is August the 27th, 2022. Day 196 of year 4 of reading through the books of the law and the prophets and of the 4-year consecutive day count. Remember, without the Sabbath days included, day 1214 is the days that we have been present here. Today, we start reading the book of Sapphah. I think that's how you pronounce it. That's how I've been saying it. S-A-P-H-A-H. Book of Sapphah. Starting on page 516. All right, so let us get started, beautiful people. Father, you are the higher law. All right, so the book of Sapphah on page 516, it starts with a little introduction. And it says book of Sapphah, the introduction to Sapphah. And after Sapphah, there's our first reference letter. It is letter A. So the references for book of Sapphah is found on page 473. Let me go ahead and put my marker over here. All right, so page 572, letter A says, Introduction to Sapphah and the text under plate 61, Tree of Languages, appeared only in E. Wing Anderson's 1935 edition of OAHSPE, which utilizes the 1891 version of the text. It included these proof sheets, which had apparently been left out of previous editions and were believed by E. Wing Anderson to be a part of the original manuscript. The phrase, "these last days," refers to the fact that humanity will become extinct before the Cosmogony season finishes. See Ethiopian Age and Glossary. And that is the end of the first reference letter, which is letter A. Hana, shalom, shalom. All right, back to page 516. Now actually reading the introduction to Sapphah. I, being Sapphah, am to perish. I am the perishable history of the earth. I am the dying history, not dead. The leg ends, the skeleton of a one-time giant. In my youth, I was science, philosophy, and religion. I reach into all the nations of the earth. Distance with me is nothing. Time, nothing. I was as a tree of life in time long past, the devotedly loved son of light. The fruit I bore fed all the inhabitants of the earth, but the flesh of the fruit hath perished. The seed still liveth. My seed is in languages, in words, in rocks, and ruined walls, and fallen temples, and buried cities. These are the remnants of my corporal body. In these last days, my remnants that once were the living members of my body shall forth and speak their parting words to the newborn Cosmon. Hear ye these, my sons and daughters, O ye that search for the light of ages past, but find not. I am the book of the past, of the things that are past, of the corporal world, perishable. Kendra, shalom, shalom. Okay, so the first plate we have for the book of Safa is plate 59, and it's an outline map showing the locality of Pan, the submerged continent. Okay. Oh, look, so I guess I understood it wrong. I thought you know what, okay, let me just show you this. Okay. I'll take a picture of this. And you know, I thought about taking pictures of this yesterday and posting so you can see today. But I'll post it today. I did. Right there. Okay, so I don't know if you can see it if you don't have the book. Okay, so over here, so this is flat, right? So if the earth is like rounded, they have Pan broken up. So you see Pan is over here, but it's also over here. So if it was folded around, Pan would be connecting. I originally thought Pan was in the middle of here, right? In the middle of the Atlantic. I believe that's the Atlantic right here. Okay. Okay, so let's go. It's another map. It says plate 60 on page 518. Outline map showing the names and divisions of the earth as used in this book. Oh, okay, so probably I should have pointed that out for the first one. Okay, so for the first map that I just showed you, this is what we know this map of today, right? This is the 7 continents. So you have, well, they don't show you Pan, but this is Pan over here. North America, South America, Greenland, Africa, Europe, Asia, and Pan again is over here, and of course the oceans around it. Ain't that crazy how tiny they make Africa and how huge they make Europe? Shenanigans. Okay, so go back to page 518. The same plate or same chart, but now this has the names in it that we read in OAHSPE, right? So North America, which we know is North Gautama. Here, North America is North Gautama. Here, South America is South Gautama. This little tiny piece of continent that they said is Africa is Arabia. Europe up here is smaller here, right? But it's Europa, right? That was really easy to figure out. Then actually Europe is divided. Europe, it could be like Asia. Okay. So you have Europa, which is Europe, but another part of this is also Hellas, right? So between Europa and Hellas, there's like a dotted line. So that's like the same territory. And then over here you have Japheth, and then down here is Video. And they actually have Japan as Japan. Japan is right here. Japan's name hasn't changed. Well, I mean, they call it Zapan. It was a Z in there. Down here is Osea, right here. They also have, well, I guess because it goes around. Japan is right here as well, right? And you have the oceans. And in the oceans, what is this? Is that S.A.? S.A. under here on the South Gautama. S.A. I want to say South Africa, but don't quote me on that. I mean, not South Africa. South America is part of, you know, down there. I don't know. Don't quote me on that because I'm probably wrong. Hey, you sticking your fingers in that cake? Okay. Page 519, Elijah, Grand Rising. Page 519 is another chart. It's plate 61, the tree of language. This also has, tree of language also has reference letter A, but we just read reference letter A for the introduction of the Safa. Let me just look back real quick. We don't need to read it again. We literally just read it. Oh, this is a chart that it said only appeared in the appeared only in the 1835 edition of OAHSPE, which utilized the 1891 version of the text. Okay, let it be the last thing y'all get out of there. Okay, now y'all go upstairs. Bella. All right, everybody go sit down somewhere. Get out of here. They ain't even crack their eyes good. They go in the pantry and start pulling out snacks. Hold on. Bye. Get out of here, little boy. Hey, girl, what you doing over there? Come on down. Yeah, come down. Okay, so plate 61 is the tree of language. I'm going to show it to you, then I'll read under it. Okay. This is it right here, plate 61, tree of language. And each branch has a name. It looks like a name of a language on it over here. So, okay, well, up the bark of the tree, you have 1. Then it's 3, 4, 2, 6, 5, 7, 8. Okay, and those are the numbers. And on the outside and around the branches, the numbers are like on the inside of the tree bark and branches, but on the outside and around the tree, starting from the bottom of the base of the tree up, you have Pan, Poit, Gal, Hoyt, and Foos. Then you have Chine. Then you have, what is it? I think it's Abram, Phanis, Aham, Ibra, Hebrew, Greek, Latin, I think that's a P, Hepis, Algonquin, Arabia, Sanskrit, Vedi, and Yeha. Okay, and under plate 61 it says, China, India, Europe, and America, the 4 branches of the earth, have languages from one root. Where was the tree, and where grew it, that none can find it? Here lieth the submerged continent, the forgotten world, whence escape the struggling mortals that float to far off continents, and tell the tale in all lands of a mighty flood. Language of Pan, the first guttural sounds approximating words. Poit, beginning of labial word sounds. Huit, first acquired language. Fuss, first written word signs. Chinese, monosyllabic. Haya, combination words. Abram. Go ahead. Hey. No, I have not. Is that your stuff in there? Abram, first words, original text. Phanis, following the sound but not the signs, writing. Aham, amalgamation. Ibra, the old, the sacred. Sanskrit, mixture. Abra, first Egyptian also, teeth and throat. Algonquin, after the sacred name, Egoquin. All right, so next page, page 520, we've seen this before. We just kind of glanced at it from one of the earlier books. This is plate 62, and in it you have Panic, Yahaic, Vedic, Hebraic, and Sanskrit primaries. So it is a plate or a chart with the different languages and different writings in it. I don't know what it says, so just take a gander. Study it later if you like to. Demi, shalom, shalom. Audrey, shalom. Anita, shalom, shalom. Facebook. Hey. Okay, y'all. Now begins the first chapter of Safa on page 521. Remember, for the most part, y'all, this is like a bunch of definitions. Not really like full sentences. It's just really just naming out a bunch of stuff. There are some sentences mixed in. But just bear with me, okay? The earth, panic, pan, dasa, the ground, the foundation, panic, na'a, poit, tha, ki, pan, is, sas and asa, zan, idama, fanis, adama, ibra, radhan, vede, buha, Sanskrit. The first name applied to the earth as a man and looking forth said, Aha, Hadan, chime, Wa'a, Algonquin, written with a straight line horizontal. Oh, the sky, the canopy over it, Pan, Oa, Ki, Oshak, Fanis, Dio, Vedi, Neo, Algonquin, as a man would exclaim looking upward, the vault above the earth. Esk, earth and sky, third combination. One corporal world and its canopy, panic. Idek, poit. X, fanis. Ska, Algonquin, the near world. Isak, the cosmos, the all world, the sun and moon and earth and stars and all the skies, panic. Iraq, huit. Erat, fanis. Eret, Ibra, Ad, Earth, Om, Skies, Poit, Jasak, Veding. Bella, no. Don't get anything else. Yeah, you don't need to open that. Get out of here, y'all. Yeah, that's good. You ain't get another one. You get out of here, too. The fourth combination, beyond measure, Jagat, Sanskrit, Asa, chime, Eo, from below forever, from upward forever, panic, Edo, Baki, Mio, chime, Shigo, Algonquin, Udu, Vede, Udoshe, Sanskrit, upward and downward forever. None can measure the extent. Great Spirit, shalom, mom, shalom, shalom. Hoi, the penetrable and impenetrable, the create and the ooze, panic, joy or woe, gal, oi, zerl, yoi, vede. A ray of sunlight is hoi, it destroys and it creates. Man's speech is hoi, it can heal or poison. Ooze hoi, poison, vede. Get hoi, good healing, chime. Ang hoi, medicine man, Algonquin. Verse 7, Drew or druk or drug, that leadeth to destruction. That leadeth to destruction. Let me read it again. Drew or druk or drug, that leadeth to destruction. The four dark corners of the world, northeast, southeast, northwest, and southwest. The temple is sacred to, hold on. Guys, go upstairs. We're not going to do that this morning. Put that back by the door, Bella. You doing the most. You are leading this pack. Go upstairs. Go. Go. Verse 7. Drew or druk or drug, that leadeth to destruction. The four dark corners of the world, northeast, southeast, northwest, and southwest. The temple is sacred to the south and north and east and west. The serpents and devouring beasts came to the arena from Druh, Druh, panic. cross purpose, evil purpose, Kruv, Vede, a serpent like evil, Druk, evil spirit, Vede, Druj, evil destroyer, Poi, Druha, sign of death, Hanik, crossbones, danger from unseen spirits, and X, or X, which is EX, or Drux, DRUX, Ugh, or Ugh, UG, or UGH, Ugh, or Ugh, Algonquin, ugly, English. Okay, the more I'm reading this, it's just giving you the different, it's telling you what each word is, and it's giving you like that same word in each of the languages that it mentions. Okay. Let me just start 7 again. I know I just read it, but I'm reading it again. Dra, or druk, or drew, or drug, that leadeth to destruction. The 4 dark corners of the world, northeast, southeast, northwest, and southwest. The temple is sacred to the south and north and east and west. The serpents and the devouring beasts came to the arena from Drew, panic, cross purpose, evil purpose, Kruv, Vede, a serpent like evil, Druk, evil spirit, Vede, Druj, evil destroyer, Poi, Druha, sign of death, Hanik, crossbones, danger from unseen spirits, and X, or Drux, Ugh, or Ugh, Algonquin, ugly, English, at crosses, angular. The place of the evil gods in the ceremonies. The 4 quarters of the world are good, but the 4 corners are evil. The 4 quarters of the world are good, but the 4 corners, oh, okay, I was like, let's just say the same thing. Okay, the 4 is quarters and corners. Okay, the 4 quarters of the world are good, but the 4 corners are evil. Eoa, the unseen power, creator, panic. Before man could comprehend the all-spirit, he was taught the wind, the all-unseen, and to call it Eoa, the emblem of boundless and of life. The emblem of boundless and of life. Eoa, synonymous with Eoe, the creator, the person who moveth the wind, the all-soul, the all-self, the second self, the more subtle than the wind. It is the circumference of all. It extendeth from left to right and from below upward. The motions of the hand and arm in oratory. The hand and arm speak his name. It is the secret sign. It holdeth the emblem of life. Panic and gal, Egoquim, Algonquin, Jos, Chine, Jehovah, Fanis, Jehovah, Ibra, Giozi, Huit, Zui, Vede, the soul of all. The soul of all, as the emblem is the living will, I swear by it. Let my accusers say, I have not the holy gifts. They shall bind me on the wheel. The great spirit will release me. Let the will of my name be by the roadside, that he who passeth may turn it in remembrance of the I am. This shall be a prayer from the unlearned, and I will hear them. Zarathustra. So y'all remember we learned about the will. We called it the prophet's will. Matter of fact, I think that title for that day, I have like the prophet's will in the title. Well, we read about that. So basically, just making a long story short, the will, well, it did a couple things. Those who remember the Great Spirit, when they pass by it, they just spin it. They walk past and spin it, right? But also, if you were a so-called prophet, we're going to put you on the wheel to see if indeed you are a true prophet, right? Put you up there just like they put JC up on the cross, right? There is this huge wheel, the prophet's wheel. Take the prophets, stick them on that wheel, right? Leave them stuck up there. Just leave them there. And if they are a true prophet, they would be released supernaturally by the Great Spirit. The real, the true line of life. No false god, nothing. They had no power over this will. Only the great spirit, Jehovah, Yah, controlled this will. So if you are a prophet, a true prophet indeed, you had no problem. Hey, lock me up, homie. Put me up there. Watch and see the wonders, right? You ain't had no problem with getting up there. But if they start two-stepping backwards, hey, you know what? I got they ain't no true prophet. Go on and kick them out the country. Listen, you don't want to play around with the wheel, especially if you know you ain't right. Listen, let me just go back. I'm going to go back to the soul of all. The soul of all, as the emblem is the living will, I swear by it. Let my accusers say I have not the holy gifts. They shall bind me on the wheel. The great spirit will release me. Let the will of my name be by the roadside, that he who passes may turn it in remembrance of the I am. This shall be the prayer from the unlearned, and I will hear them all. Zarathustra. Whoa. Verse 10. Susa, the complete. Without evil, the all world would be incomplete. Yeah. Susa, the complete. Without evil, the all world would be incomplete. Spirit of Korpor, spirit of S, panic. Sua, chine. Lula, huit. His tuo, fanis. The will hath both good and evil. It hath the leaf of life. The priest shall be proven on the wheel. If he be released, he is holy. If he be not released, he is unholy and shall perish. That's what I forgot to mention. If you were not a true prophet, you would die on that wheel. They just going to take your dead body and just burn it. Hold up. Let me go back. The wheel hath both good and evil. It hath the leaf of life. The priest shall be proven on the wheel. If he be released, he is holy. If he be not released, he is unholy and shall perish. Though an evil man die by the will, it is not bad for him. Only the will that loveth Jehovah, only the man that loveth Jehovah feareth not to have the will roll over him. Drukana vede, druj e hoigan samak, juggernaught, English. Maybe it's juggernaut. Maybe it's juggernaut. I just sounded it out wrong. It looked like juggernaut. Yeah, I just probably tried to sound out some of the silent letters. Juggernaut, English. Susa, living death, chine. Druk, panic. Earth evils, poison, plagues. Rosh, fanis, snake poison. Poison lurketh on the earth. Rooks, Algonquin, and Key. Roots, the time of female ruts, R-U-T-S. Ruts, the time of females, Ibra. When the signs are down, be ye patient. Ooks, the outer covering is evil. Husk, English. All flesh is druk, evil. Hoi, chine. Gan, panic. Gon, chine. Egan, mankind, chine. Edam and Edan, Fanis. Adam, Ibra. Puam, Sanskrit. Pam, what? My name is in OAHSPE. Look, hold on. I got to highlight that. Let's take a little break. Seriously, no joking, no kidding, right? Pam is Vedic, right? Sam, speaking animal, Key. Samuel, prophet, Ibra. Gang, rich landowner, Chine. Ang, Algonquin. Anger, Poit. Angui, Key. Man, English. Uga, the test, panic. If the S release him, then he is our true prophet. He has sworn by the will, he shall be tried. An oath to swear by the all am. An oath to swear by the all I am. Okay, so after Uga, it has reference to letter B, right? Uga is the test. So let's go to page 572. And B says, Origin of the sign of the cross. The prophets were bound on a wheel to test their spirit power to be released. The wheel is a symbol of the sacred name, Iowa, 1882 edition. You know, this is amazing because the more I study on a prophet in here and how a prophet has to consider all things, I guess doing your learning, going through actually understanding these things, understanding the vortex, all of this, you would have to, I'm just going to say it this way, you would have to know sooner or later a test like this is going to come for you, right? To really test your mettle, to see how much you've learned, if you really believe what you've learned, right? So this is really, really interesting to me. The path of a prophet, the education of a prophet, right? They are, when you, and it literally, from what I understand now, it literally takes an entire life. As long as you got your flesh, you better make full use of it, right? Not saying that you are just trying to be a prophet, right? But I don't think going through this type of education can be wrong in any kind of way, right? If anybody never even told you was a prophet, if you're drawn to that, look into it, right? And there's nothing wrong about understanding nature, how the vortex operates. And once you understand it outwardly, you can understand it inwardly, because we're just a smaller version of what's around us, above us, in the unseen realm, right? As above, so below, right? And vice versa. So it would make sense that we would need to study the outside for us to truly understand what's going on the inside, because within our bodies is nothing more than a smaller vortex, and more vortexes within this body around each organ, the energy that it produces, all of these things. So when true prophets, I ain't saying people that's get a word from the Lord and go lay their hands on nobody. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about somebody truly learned in the spirit, who realizes there is not no superstition or no. It seems supernatural to us because we don't really understand what's happening. We don't understand how the elements can be changed. And what looks like miracles to us is simply just a deeper understanding of the elements from somebody who studied and spent time in nature and just sat back and observed, right? So just like listen, like somebody, let's use Jackie, right? The master herbalist, right? Some would say Yaki may be blessed with wisdom from the Creator on how to heal people's bodies. You could say that in a way, but I would say his diligence and his time of study, he spent his time sacrificing, studying the body and how the body operates, what it does, and different things that affect the body internally, stresses, outward stresses, food that you put on it, things that you put on it, things that you put in it, things that you take in through the different gates, right? And not just the ones up here, but also the ones down below. Those are also gates where you take things inside. One goes out, but some people take it in both ways. Whatever. He has studied the causes of all these phenomena that go on in and outside and around the body, right? And because he studied it, when he see somebody looking sickly or even healthy, he can look at the eyes and recognize what's possibly going on in your liver. That's nothing supernatural. That's somebody who's really done their due diligence and they've studied. That is nothing different from studying the vortex. But the difference is when you study the vortex, your spiritual eyes and your spiritual ears, they pop open. And you can be like that. So you can be just like Yaki is a master herbalist, right? But the name they call you there is a prophet, because now you can see and you can foretell the future. And it is not supernatural. It is not magic. It's simply from somebody who is disciplined, and they sacrificed and they took time to learn and study. Trial and error. They have a deeper understanding of what most people won't even take the time or don't even have the discipline to do. That's a true prophet, right? Boy, this studying this OAHSPE is taking my understanding to a whole nother level. All my life, but no shots against the Bible, because that's how I am where I am now. Most of my life still has been studying the Bible. I've only been studying OAHSPE 4 months compared to a lifetime of studying the Bible, right? But studying the Bible got me here. But in my studies, I was also truly seeking for truth, not to be somebody spiritual, nothing like that. I'm truly seeking for the Creator, right? Which what I've learned there just kind of carries over to here. I've learned how to shake away the things that that's a little bit of leaven. Go ahead and shake that away. You can keep this though. Definitely keep that. Keep this, right? It's OAHSPE is like sharpening me, and it's y'all. It's so amazing. It's so amazing. Y'all that's been reading it, y'all already know. I'm the newcomer to the party, right? It just blows me away every day. Okay, let's go back. Verse 13. She broke. All praises to the Creator, sis. Hey, girl, hey. Tabitha, greetings. All right, let's go back. 13. Uga, the test, panic. If the S, or the spirit realm, if the S release him, then he is our true prophet. He hath sworn by the will, he shall be tried. An oath to swear by the all I am. Ishga, chine. Duka, poit. Ela, fanis. Allah, ibra. Is true bua, pledging by Hebrew. Uk gak algonquin. He shall not be proved on the cross. The Drew, the Drew, and he dieth not. Let him answer on his name that he He shall be proved on the cross, the Drew, and he dieth not. Let him answer on his name that he professed. If he be a false prophet, he will fear Uga test. False prophets' bones hang on the Drew, the cross. What? Hold up. That is our title today. What? Yo, Shebrew. OAHSPE sifts out all lies and trickery. Yo. That's the truth. But you would never know that unless you take the time. That's what makes me laugh. And ain't nobody really tried to, nobody really tried to step to me about it. I mean, not in that way. They ask questions. But most people that come against it, now that I'm reading through it myself, I'm like, you wouldn't even be asking that type of question or even coming with that kind of foolery. I can tell about what you're saying out your mouth that you haven't even done your due diligence just to even read through it, right? Come on, people. It's like, hold on, I'm going to get back to what I was saying. People that want to do that and argue, like, how can you prepare for a battle or a war or even or a debate? How can you prepare for a debate if you have not studied your opponent's playbook? You can't. If you come with just what you got, like, it would make some of these I watch debates, and some of them, it's just like, I don't even know why people try to debate Selah or Cosmogony, Cal, and they don't go and at least try to read the OAHSPE first. Be like, bro, you know what? I will, but let me take some time, and it's gonna take them. Like, if they read, like we read an hour a day, it's gonna take them some months. Like, give me about, they probably should say a year, because they may not, if they're not true researchers, they not gonna put in the time and discipline just to set aside an hour to read it a day. We've been doing like an hour a day, give or take, right? We are over halfway through this book within 4 months, right? It is 875 pages. We are on page 571, just by being diligent, being here every day, reading about an hour. Like I said, some days maybe like an hour and a half. If the weekend is definitely a little bit longer, right? But if they don't want to properly prepare for a debate, they're not even debatable. It's impossible. You're going to make them look like a fool, right? And I look at it this way. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, whatever. Maybe they need a debate. Maybe they're so full of pride where they need to be made to look like a fool. Not that we're purposely trying to make people look like fools, because I'll be like, I'll bow out. You go ahead and read up on this. I'm going to give you some time to study before you come, because it's to me, not saying that's wrong, but to me, I wouldn't do it, because I would, especially if I know they're trying to come for my head, gonna try and disprove it. I wouldn't even take it because it's going to make you look like a fool. Because if you only study what you want to try and prove to me is right over everything else, you have no legs to stand on, because especially if you haven't studied everything else, you just got one thing. All you know is this. How do you know that you can disprove this if you don't even know what this says? This might actually be comparable to this, or this might actually be missing pieces to this. How can you debate me on something that you know nothing about, right? That seems like foolery to me. That's just me, right? That's just me, but maybe they should take the debate, because maybe that's the only way it'll open their eyes. Well, shoot, it made me look like a fool. I've been killing everybody else with this, but they ain't come with stuff or OAHSPE. Maybe it takes a debate like that to make them look like a fool, for them to actually go pick it up and be like, hold on, what dude was saying? Hold up, because that was making some sense. Now, I couldn't say that on live because, that's just the way I am, but lurk it out in the background. They done went and bought them OAHSPE and they reading through it. Maybe they needed a debate to make them look that way. Hey, to each his own. As long as the truth get out there and they wake up from their foolery, then hey, debate on. Look, and I'm talking about, I ain't gonna do it, but I'm there in the background with my popcorn like, go ahead, say loud, ooh, Cal P gonna kill him on that one. I be back there quiet like, ooh, ooh. I personally won't do it. I leave that to the big dogs. Like I said, I'm the newcomer to the party, but I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna watch though. I am gonna watch. I'm spectating the crowd. I may not say nothing during the debates, but no, I am there. Okay, look, hold on. Shebrew, she said, notice not one camp leader came forward. It's like they okay with lying. Yo, yeah, I be looking at that too. All the ones that be like Super Bowl be out here, they ready to drag you. They want to catch you on the street corners, or they want to talk trash about you doing YouTube videos and all this stuff. And I'm just like, but none of them jokers will accept the challenge from Selah or Cal P. None of them. I'm like, do they know about them? I was like, they got to know about them. They have got to know about these guys, right? Because some of them, they come from the same parts. They know who they are, but they truly are not. Like, they won't even mention their name. Like, the name of Moses shall no longer be spoken here. We know not who Moses is. It's like what you said, Shebrew. It's like they okay with speaking what's wrong, right? But if them jokers don't get it right, they're going to be just like these false guys. They're going to find themselves in the middle of a knot. All these people they leading astray, and it ain't going to be nothing pretty, right? Maybe they should take the debate. Maybe they should take the debate so they can look foolish in front of their whole congregation and camp full of people with their tents. Maybe they should look foolish, right? Because maybe that'll be their saving grace so they don't end up in a knot one day. Yo, this is real stuff. I'm like, this stuff's, and I know I'm about to say this in wrong English. This shooketh me down deep in my shanana. I don't want to play with this type of stuff. Look, set apart, they're reading. They just don't want us to know they are. Yes, they are. The ones in the background, you be hearing like 50 people watching, but 2 people click the like button. Yeah, that's probably the camp members. Look, all of them there. Everybody, we're going to gather together today. Everybody put their phones down. We'll watch on the big screen. Nobody's going to respond. Nobody hit a like, but we all watching though. They watching in the background, Shebrew. Look. Hold on. Let me go back up. Yeah, set apart. They reading. They just don't want us to know they are. Look, them are probably the ones that sent OAHSPE out of stock. All the camp members bound up OAHSPEs, put it on back order, and the true faith is the one who looking for, like, man, this is meat for our soul. This is like water for our soul. The true faith just can't even get it because all the naysayers and the ones are lurking in the background and bought them up because they don't want to tell nobody. They want to get right. They want to get right in secret. Like, who was that? The guy in the New Testament that the sycamore tree. What was it, Zacchaeus? Anyway, y'all know what I'm talking about. They trying to get right in private. Hold on. Let me see. OAHSPE College University said, hey, bro, shalom. OAHSPE Chamber of Prophecy, CC1. Yes. Oh, you can draw pretty good. It's an alien gun. Yeah. That's very good. God said, before learning to approach the foot of the throne, what profit is it to show them the way to... Bruh, that statement in itself is profound. I don't know why. Listen, yo, look, he said, Chamber of Prophecy, right? We're going to get to that, right? That's it here in the Sapphire. Chamber of Prophecy. That was so good. Look, it says, God said, before learning to approach the foot of the throne, what profit is it to show them the way to mount upon the throne itself, right? So back here when we get to it, I'm so excited about this. Of course, going through reading stuff about prophecy, I go to the Chamber of Prophecy, right? So when it says that, and then here's what it said, I'm just kind of sum it up real quick. He was like, okay, for those who want to prophesy, what good is going to come of you showing them how to prophesy if they can't even come to the foot of the throne, right? He said, before learning to approach the foot of the throne, before they even learn, like they haven't even learned how to approach the throne yet, right? So why are you going to teach them how to mount it? You can't teach them how to mount it if they don't know how to approach it. But if you keep on reading, it says, those who learn how to approach it will figure out how to mount it, right? So you ain't going to have to tell them nothing. We ain't going to get them nothing. This is the course. This is the school of prophecy. They have to figure it out themselves, right? Because if you figure it out, somebody telling you is giving you a shortcut. Giving you shortcuts and let spirits prophesy through you, or you hear something and you prophesy. Remember, OAHSPE said you can do it that way, but that's the most dangerous way. Why? Because you open yourself up to lies, and the lying spirit could come in and prophesy lies through you, and you are none the wiser. You don't know that a false spirit or a false God is prophesying through you. You out here got a church laying hands on people, and you waiting for the spirit to drop down on you. He said, no, let those who learn how to approach the throne, let them mount it, because if they learn how to approach the throne, if they learn how to properly approach the throne, they're going to figure out how to mount it. We ain't going to need to tell them anything, right? Just watch them, right? I'm super excited about the Chamber of Prophecy and getting to that. Let me just read it one more time. Chamber of Prophecy, chapter 1. You put CC1. That's probably in there. CC1. God said, before learning to approach the foot of the throne, what profit is it to show them the way to mount upon the throne itself, right? Okay. Kindred, right, says that's why they keep losing against Selah and Cosmogony and Cal. They haven't thoroughly read OAHSPE, or haven't at all, right? Or when they, like you said, or haven't read it, they haven't read it thoroughly. What they'll do is they'll do, you know how you go look for a reference? They'll cherry pick stuff. And when you cherry pick, okay, it say this. Let me go here in OAHSPE and see what it say this at. Right? But I realized, this is why I realized this a long time ago. You can't go just start pulling reference out and just do chain studies if you have not read it from beginning to the end, because you're going to get things out of context and it won't make sense. And you're going to find yourself in a world of trouble doing that. You can only go back and pull reference and cherry pick after you have thoroughly read through it. And I would say thoroughly have studied it, right? Because otherwise you're just going to make yourself look like a fool. And a lot of them are doing, okay, it's over here in OAHSPE, this. And I even see people doing, I ain't going to call their names out, but I haven't seen them in here, but it's a couple different people I noticed in Selah's videos. He'll go, I think it's a guy, this recent one, going back and forth with the brothers and sisters in the chat about different things. And you can tell that they have not read OAHSPE, because just how they responded to different things. Oh, well, OAHSPE says this. Well, this goes directly against this. I'm like, clearly, you haven't read it, right? And it's like, and I just sit there and watch the fight. I ain't going to say fights, the going back and forth in the chat. And the brothers and sisters trying to correct them. It's like they ain't hearing nothing, especially if they coming from the standpoint of Egyptology, right? That was the last one. I'm like, oh, the brothers not understanding. And when they, it's like it's still like a veil that covers their eyes. Even if you haven't read OAHSPE, it's still like a veil that covers your eyes where you can't even see. You know, it's not that you're throwing away everything that you've learned, but it brings clarity on why certain things existed in Egyptology or in Christianity. OAHSPE shines light on all of those things, and it'll help you clearly pick those things that you should keep and those things you should definitely do away with, right? Yeah. I don't know. Shebrew, while screaming, they keep the laws. They're keeping the false God's laws. That's what they haven't figured out yet. Ooh. Tabitha, we don't need to debate the EOF, right? The creator is undebatable. The creator is undebatable. Oh, let me go back. It's just hopped all the way down. I got excited. Hold on. Okay. Shebrew, they know their students came forward. But the leaders won't. They got too much pride. Hopefully we can empty out their camps and not that we're going to steal people, but essentially we want to rescue them from the false God's kingdom. We really do. I ain't going to say steal them. We want to rescue them, right? Brothers and sisters, the true light is with the creator, not with your man God. OAHSPE College University said, preserve, therefore, the secrets of... Oh, yeah, that it's all in there, right? Listen, I'm about to get back to reading, too. And he put in here a little bit more what it says in the Chamber of Prophecy, right? Preserve, therefore, the secrets of prophecy for those who apply themselves to keeping Jehovah's commandments. Those who have attained to the foot can of themselves find the way to mount upon it. And I'm sure that was probably too long for you to put all that together. Let me go back and read all of this together, because all of this goes together from Chamber of Prophecy, what college, OAHSPE College University put. I'm going to go back and read again. Chamber of Prophecy. God said, before learning to approach the foot of the throne, what profit is it to show them the way to mount upon the throne itself? Hold on, baby. Preserve, therefore, the secrets of prophecy for those who apply themselves to keeping Jehovah's commandments. Those who have attained to the foot can of themselves find the way to mount upon it, right? So those who can find a way to approach the throne the correct way, they're the ones doing the due diligence. They're going to figure out the way to how to mount the throne, right? All right, y'all. Set apart, they ordering my OAHSPEs left and right. Cosmogony Cal in the building. Shalom, Cosmogony. Kendra said they are more focused on the information. Right. And that, oh my gosh, that's such a big trip up. Look, not only with OAHSPE, even with some people who don't look like them, who may not be of the same ethnic background or the same, let's just say the same skin color, the same race. Some, and this is not to sound racist, but this is just the way it is. Some black people can't listen to white people because of all the garbage and stuff that's going on, even though some white people may be speaking truth, like Susan B. Martinez. Some people can't listen to her because, oh, she ain't black, she ain't real Israel. I'm like, bro, you sound so foolish right now. You don't realize how foolish you sound, right? And that's a big stumbling block for some people, but it's their own stumbling block that they put there themselves, right? You know, that's their loss. They got to figure out a way how to get to the throne, right? And then mount it themselves, right? They have to deal with their own hangups. Okay. Also, the front page stops all the naysayers. The first page kills all. Yeah, they don't need that. Shebrew, they don't even read the first page, sis. So they don't even know, right? That's why I've been saying this before I even heard that there was such a book called OAHSPE. When you open up even the Bible, start at the very first page. Start at the table of contents. Then go to the preface. Then to the introduction. Don't skip no pages. Look. Shebrew said the front page stops all the naysayers. The first page kills all their noise, so we can tell they cherry picking, right? Yeah. They be scanning the book and not thoroughly reading it. It really is truly a shame. Gloria, is you live, sis? Where's your organization located? Gloria, you live? Sis, come in. You live? She asking where my organization located. Sis, right here in my house. Yeah. Look, you live. Look, that's cool. Because it's coming from the messages. Okay, yeah. Sis, I look, in church, look. if we got some church people here in the background, they'll tell you people who ain't a part of the congregation, they ain't under no head, and they rogue and stuff. Don't be listening. They gonna get off. Y'all, that's foolishness to the utmost. It really is. That's church doctrine regurgitated from the mouths of the ignorant. I'ma just say that. I'ma just say this. Regurgitated from the mouths of the ignorant, all right? It really is. You don't have, especially if you're a part of organizations that don't even know the creator, who profess to know the creator, but truly don't, right? You're still keeping to dead things and having people go further and further away from him. Listen, the creator speaks about being, oh, that question came from Facebook. Not you. Oh, okay, sis. Okay. All right. I wouldn't get no. I'm just kind of explaining. The creator is all about community, right? But the right type of community. And what OAHSPE does, it teaches you how to recognize the right type of community, recognize those truly walking and living in a light. So I wouldn't just because you want to be spiritual, just go join a church or something. No. If this church has if all the church reads is the Bible, they ain't even, if they are not even willing to research other things just to see if the information that they are currently believing and walking in is true, if they're not measuring it against other things, it's like they're not even ready to grow, right? So I would not link myself up to something like that. You're just going to find yourself frustrated sooner or later because it's like they're choosing not to grow. If they always just focus on us and nothing else just in here, don't bring nothing else in here but the Bible, because if it's not the Bible, then it's of Satan. Then, we don't want no demons. That's just garbage. You ain't got no time for that, right? Listen. Yeah, and as we learn and we grow, we'll find family. Family will find us, right? Because we'll be able to recognize family. And we'll recognize family no matter what color we may be, right? Family could be Chinese, family could be European, family could be African, black, whatever, right? Hispanic. That's what the creator says. Yah says, those who are family. Let me say this the right way, because you see this kind of in the New Testament too. I don't necessarily disagree with it, but in alignment with the creator, like the New Testament says, those who keep my commands, my mother, my father, my sisters and brothers are those who keep my commands. I guess it's really like the same thing, but with OAHSPE, it teaches you to see through all the crap and the shenanigans, and those who are truly walking in what they talk about and what they profess, right? And there are other religions, they kind of X out everybody that's not like them. The creator doesn't do that, right? Because he includes everybody. Nobody is left out. Nobody is made to feel like they're a stepchild under the creator because you're not of a certain race, color, creed, what have you. The true creator and true gods, those in his chain of command, don't do that to people, right? Because, oh, you can't be Israel because you ain't black. Like that. I just never really felt right saying that anyway. I was like, something's got to be wrong with that. Sure, they may not be the same ethnicity or whatever, but if they truly want to know the creator, you can't tell them that they can't, right? Because the creator is all source of life. I can talk about this all day. Auntie, shalom, shalom. Yeah, when it's time to group up, we'll know. We're the Ehims of this generation. Elijah, right, chosen children of light, who've chosen a creator above all things. Right, I like how you said that. I'm going to say it like Elijah said it. Chosen children of light, who've chosen the creator above all things, is the true family of the Most High. Right, that is it right there. All right, y'all, so let's get back to this. Okay. This is the first chapter in the book of Safar. 5:21. Let's go back to verse 13. Uga, the test. Remember, it's a bunch of definitions here with a few sentences throughout explaining all the definitions and stuff. Okay, Uga, the test. Panic. If the S release him, then he is our true prophet. He hath sworn by the will, he shall be tried. An oath to swear by the all I am. Ishga, chine, Druk-a, point, Ela, fanis, Allah, Ibra, Ich, chubua, pledging by, Hebrew, Uk, Gak, Algonquin. He shall be proved on the cross. This is where we stopped at. He shall be proved on the cross, the Drew, and he dieth not. Let him answer on his name that he professeth. If he be a false prophet, he will fear the Ugates. False prophets' bones hang on the Drew, the cross. The true are released by Eolin, right? False prophets die on the cross or on the wheel. It says, evil spirit, panic, ua, poet, ku or ka, K-U-U-H, fanis, kuak, ibra, the evil that is above us, yugi, chine, evil spirits who love evil, ziok, vede, use, ki, hu, algonquin, foam, wind, panic, foam, chine, omi, iri, algonquin, evil wind, ruach, ibra, that speaketh without lips, fum, vedi, he fumes, ome, ki, yota, panic, water, votei, ki, voti and vati and vars, vedi, gatau and gota, wary, morning, water, algonquin, yat, ya, huit, hoya, fanis, hoyam, ibra, dang, light, panic, hadan, ki, orang, fanis, ora, ibra, angie, chine, angni, vede, agni, firelight, Sanskrit, ong, algonquin, spiritual light, yong, daylight, Hebrew, hak, dark, panic, hark, chime, pa, point, hark, ki, ka, fus, kashak, fanis, chasa, algonquin, kashak, ibra, oyak, vede. Let's pause real quick right here to show you plate 63, which is Samoan. We've actually seen this a couple times because it gave us this plate, but this is the one with all the Samoan signs in it, and this is where we still remember that day we was looking for this symbol right here. Fate is spelled F-E-T-E, but it's pronounced fate, like the fate of the world, right? This is this chart right here. F-E-T-E is pronounced fate. It actually tells you that the first time we come across that letter, how to pronounce that particular symbol correctly. But that's that chart, and it's it got all the different symbols. And in different places, we will refer to this so you can actually see the sign of that particular symbol throughout the different places in OAHSPE. It just pointed you back to this and showed you what it looked like. Okay, back to page 523. Verse 19. Sa, the crossbones, the sign of an evil man that died in evil, panic, the evil cross, the English letter X. He was bound on the wheel and perished. There was no all holy in him. Let this mark be branded on his forehead that all men may know he is a false prophet. I'm gonna highlight this. In that long drawer right there. Let me go back. The X, right? Oh, right. So right. Because if he died on the wheel, right? Because within the wheel, it was like an X. If he died on it, you mark his forehead with the X and letting you know he was a false prophet. He died on the wheel. Oh, bro, you encountered the wheel. Boy, we tried to tell you, better get that stuff together. Your test was coming sooner or later. May we all be ready for our test. Verse 19. Sa, the crossbones, the sign of an evil man that died in evil, panic, the evil cross, the English letter X. He was bound on the wheel and perished. There was no all holy in him. Let this mark be branded on his forehead that all men may know he is a false prophet. He rotted on the wheel. Saha, Vede. Sah, what's that? Sahan, I think it was a mark in my book. It's Sahan, Fus. Let this be a sign of evil spirits. Hisa, Algonquin. Sa, Ibra. Sad, to wither, Sanskrit. This shall be the sign of war. It shall be on the banners of the righteous. They shall go forth shouting, Isab, Ibra. Die, Sa, chime. Death, Sa, ki. Let us perish for righteousness' sake rather than do evil. Abraham. Su, an enlightened man. Also, Aug, panic. Su, chime. With the gift of prophecy, Sus, Ibra. I proclaim in the name of Iowa, Su, Ki, Shu, Algonquin. He would not kill a worm, Chio, Vede. He standeth betwixt us and the all-light, to Su, or Su with the T quiet. To Su is spelled T like T'Challa. T apostrophe S-U. I just say Su. Gal, Suchi, perceiving by the unseen, Sanskrit. The interior bright, Su, fuss. One who cannot sin, Su, Onia. The purified sun. Oki, a house, panic. Oak is chine. Okel is fanis. Ohel, Ibra. Oik, ki. Hoik, gal. Oikon, helik. Croak, vede. Koik, Arabania. Arabania. Oikos, Greek. Isn't it a yogurt named that? I was just in a store yesterday looking at Greek yogurt. Oikos. Oikos. Oikos, Greek. Teach my people to have homes. Oak. The migrant is an abomination to the all-eye. Aham. Hiss, serpent's word. He maketh noise like the wind. Who can distinguish between the voice of Eolin and the hiss that kills? Ooh, that might be a good. I don't know. There's so many good things in here. Okay. Who can distinguish between the voice of Eolin and the hiss that kills? From the two evil corners above, the hiss descendeth. His food is of the earth. That tempteth to the earth is a hiss. The hiss that crawleth have I made as an emblem of the hiss that teacheth lust. Oh, that's good to highlight. Hold on, let me go back. I'm going to have to read that again. Hold on. Let me go back. I'm going to start all over. Look, this whole thing about hiss. Hiss, like a snake, hiss. Hiss, serpent's word. He maketh noise like the wind. Who can distinguish between the voice of Eolin and the hiss that kills? From the two evil corners above, the hiss descendeth. His food is of the earth. That tempteth to the earth is hiss. The hiss that crawleth have I made as an emblem of the hiss that teacheth lust. Panic. Hiss, chine. He's Algonquin. Civis, vede. The sign of treachery, of poison unseen. A danger that man cannot heal. First I made poison, air. From that I made poisonous weeds. And from them I made hiss. To crawl on his belly commanded I him. The lowest made I him. He biteth himself and dieth therefrom. Abraham. The sum of evil is to be its own destroyer. Confucius. Verse 23. Sam 2, triangle, is panic. The sign of corpor and S and Eolin. Also the soul light, Eolin. The corpor light, the sun, and the burning flame. Also an instrument for measuring. Fui, a square, a box, a sign of righteousness. Panic. Sui, chime. Tufong or samfong, panic. A measure with two lengths and one angle. Yuan, vedi. Gus, hypotenuse. I think it's hypotenuse. Gules, hypotenuse, a line from the top of an upright. Hold on. Yeah. A line from the top of an upright to a distance from the base of the upright. Guys, panic. The mean between upright and horizontal. Gui, ki, z, or zai, vedi. The man, excuse me. The man who is not upright and yet not in all evil. The mean betwixt su and his, cur, Algonquin, z, chine, g, huit. All men are g. Or did I say that right? It's D, J, I, G, G, G. All men are G. An angle of support, a sign, a line, a rope. That's good. Okay, this was math. Verse 26 is all math. And start with hypotenuse. Okay. All men are G. An angle of support, a sign, a line, a rope. Verse 27. Sargi, sargus, a pyramid, panic. My sides guide, but I am the center shaft. The temple was built east and west and north and south, and the four corners representing good and evil were square with the world. The sacred house of Eolin, Barji, Fanis, Barna, Ibra, Galhai, Algonquin, Hahi, Vede, a building with chambers for spirit communion.
Cookie.
Yes, baby.
Cookie.
Yes, baby.
Get on that with the swing.
You want to get on the swing?
Yeah.
Where's Dad? Dad not out there?
That was it.
You? Oh, I can't put you in that right now. Let's tell Dad. Wait, I think Dad is giving your sister a bath. You gotta wait till Dad come out there, okay? Get on the slide or the other swing that you can climb on. Or go play in the playhouse. Little boy, don't mess with my... Get out of my blinds. Go outside. Go ahead. You ain't gotta look through it. Go out there. Go on out there. Hold on, y'all. Okay. All right, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go get on it. He's trying to get on the swing. The one you got to put him in. Jackson. Okay. Hold on. Where did I go? Oh, up here. Okay. Yahi Vede, a building with chambers for spirit communion. Gal, a measuring instrument, a plumb and level combined. Hold on. All right. So, let me just go ahead and read this letter before I read all the rest of this because it's super long. Okay. So, Gal, G-A-U, has reference letter C after it. So, did I move my marker? Oh, it's not hanging out. Okay. So, go to page 572. And C says a measuring instrument, gal, is a triangle with a plumb line suspended from the upper angle. On the plumb line proper is a cross bar on which there are sights for the observer. This device was used to discover that at a distance of a few miles sight, the earth declined below the level of corresponding to what? Let me go back. Okay. The measuring instrument, gal, is a triangle with a plumb line suspended from the upper angle. On the plumb line proper is a crossbar on which there are sights for the observer. This device was used to discover that at a distance of a few miles sight, the earth declined below the level corresponding to the perpendicular, and that the declination increased in proportion to the distance sighted, and this gave the horizontal center of the earth at 6,000 miles from the starting point in every direction. By this instrument were the temples built, the stars observed. 1882 edition. Okay, so let's go back to page 523. Verse 28. I'm going to read it again. Gal, a measuring instrument, a plumb and level combined. Gal said, they gave my base a level, and the sights on the angle of the plumb line were level also. And in the distance of Tech Ghost, about 20 miles, discovereth the rounded earth. By the Gal was the earth proven to be a globe. By Gal have I revealed Vede, a proven problem and exact. Gal, a geometrical language. Language is of two parts. The proven is Gal. The unproven is Mugal. A sacred instrument that cannot err. I'm gonna highlight that in a different color. A sacred instrument that cannot err. My sacred temples shall be built by Gal, Dusen, Chine, plumb line, Anak, Fanis, Amak, Ibra, a plumb line. A Gal Yi shall be placed by the altar. By the sign Gui, Gal Yi, shall man learn to prove all things. Vede. By the sign Gal Yi, man shall learn to prove all things. Vede. It shall be the symbol of proof. Be patient that your sight may not err, saith Gal. That's good. Yo, imagine if we had a class teaching the Creator's math. Oh my gosh, I'd be like, enroll me yesterday. No wonder why I couldn't catch on to this foolish math they've been trying to teach us. I've been waiting for this. Now y'all ain't got to deprogram me from this. I'm a fresh, clean slate. Lay it on me. By the sign of Gawi shall man learn to prove all things. Vede. It shall be a symbol of proof. Be patient that your sight may not err, saith Gal. Verse 29. Kasam, tripod, panic. Symbol of earth, water, and air. My three are one. Without these three, nothing can be born into life. Kasam, chine. Yaseis, vede. Yoham, Algonquin. The stool of the prophet. Ooh, the stool. The prophet got a stool? Look. Yaseis, vede. Yoham, Algonquin. The stool of the prophet. Only on the tripod shall the oracle proclaim. Aham. The origin of the term Aham, the language of oracles. A language with 2 or 3 meanings. Sacred language of Arabania. Pull, to pull, a capstone, panic. The stones of the temple shall be drawn up with a push or point. Zuz, vede. Fanis, Ui, Algonquin. Itchy, trowel, panic. Chu, chine. Hitchy, trowel or axe or hatchet, Algonquin. Yechi, excuse me. Yechi, vede. My hand is a wood hand. I make even, and I shall be a sign by the foot of Akin. The temple is the work of my hand, but who knoweth the hand of the Great Spirit? His hand is over all, Parah. A lazy man shall not have me for a sign, saith Icho, Ki. Verse 32. Tufa, a compass, panic. An instrument to measure circles, circumference without any part of a square. Inqua, panic. Hinqua, zero. Mwak, Algonquin. A thing within a thing. The S that is in corpore, the soul that is in S. 3 within 1, many 2, Algonquin. The earth within the vortex, Equa, swift flying equation, English, racehorse, chine. Verse 34, Isu, panic. Ayesu, a young child that has not sinned. The true cross within Iowa. Ayesu, Aham, child prophet, Aham. Yelu, ki. My Isu shall have no flesh desires. His love knoweth all men and women alike. Gisugan, chine, Ayesu, one who was born sexless. And this is also in the glossary we read all of this. It actually has a bigger definition. Okay. Verse 35. Uksa, the evil cross, panic, the written sign of Sa. See plate 63, Samoan. That's what we just looked at over here. This is plate 63, Samoan. Aham, Cosmon. Aham, the language of Abram. Yeah, right? Hana. Does this narrative correspond? Yes. Yes. Ooh. Ooh. Look. I'm so slow. Thank you. Because if you look at this plate, look, I'm glad you said that, because I was like, look, we done seen this chart a few times because it refers to the different things in here. But right, listen, okay. Oh, yes, thank you. So somebody definitely, now I'm looking at all of the words I done clearly said throughout the paragraph. Okay. Hold on. Now I'm gonna have to count them all. Okay, so what I think also, some of these are put together, like constructing words and stuff. So it's telling like when they put together what it is, but definitely, right? Definitely what we're reading corresponds to plate 63. You have the different symbols. So I guess would also go along with plate 62, right? Understanding these okay. Yeah, you're right. I just caught on to that. Okay, so remember the first plate, plate 62. All of this chapter is helping us decode what this says, right? So whether it's in word or it's in symbol, it's giving us this. Because over here on this, some of it is symbols. Some of it looks like words, but it's giving you everything. Oh my gosh, thank you for that. See, we need each other. We need each other. Because I would have kept on reading and be like, thank you. Okay. All right, let's go back. Okay, see Sa, plate 63, Samoan. Oh, let me just go back. Let me go back to 34 because it was good. Isu, panic. Aisu, a young child that has not sinned. The true cross within Iowa. Ayesu, Aham, child prophet, Aham. Yilu, ki. My Isu shall have no flesh desires. His love knoweth all men and women alike. Gisugan, chine. Ayesu, one who was born sexless. Sa, the evil cross, panic. The written sign of Sa, see plate 63, Samoan. That was the one I just showed you with all the circles with the different designs and all that stuff in it. Verse 36. Get, the moon, panic. Get, the moon, chine. The second light, eggs, get. She sendeth forth Ignita, Algonquin. Get mas, corporal moon, vede. Ignit, poet. Ignitero, Algonquin. The moon of Egoquin. Guit, ki. Get magal, the moon, much receiving. The gentle moon, she sendeth forth the gold light. The or, Ibra. Gitau, the sun, panic. Get how, the sun, chine, the central light. Let the sun stand to the corporal world as Jehovah standeth to the all unseen. He, the Gitau, shall be on the beam betwixt the pillars as a symbol of my power. he, the Gitao, shall be on the beam betwixt the pillars as a symbol of my power. As he bringeth forth grass, so bring I forth the souls of men. He sendeth forth Karakwa, the all heat, Howgit, Algonquin. He sendeth white light, or Hawit, Ibra, or the corporal sunlight, Gitfum, the driving, Aham, Magit, Ki, Hagit, or Githog, Arabenia, Sang, or Saang, panic, stars, the small shining that sendeth forth the Ugistak, i.e., the twinkle, Anga, Algonquin, Sing, or Sing soap, chime, Ingho, the twinkler, i.e. Kolob, Fanis. And after Kolob is reference number 2, and at the bottom it says Kokab, Fanis. Hayang Vedi, the far off worlds, Ex Aouf, Poit. And after Ex Aouf is reference number 3, and it says at the bottom, Ex Ang, Poit. Verse 39, Megit, panic. And after Megit is reference letter D. So let's hop to the end of the chapter, or end of the book rather, on page 572, and D says, the feat of interlocking 2 rings is known to many spiritualists. By the ancients, this feat being accomplished without disintegration, the double triangles so locked were placed in temples of worship as sacred. Let me read this whole verse, and I'm going to come back and read this again. Okay, verse 39, page 524. Megit, panic. The prophet took triangles and laid them separately before the king. Os, and the prophet said, Eoe, Eoe twice, and straightway the angles were interlocked, and lo and behold, nothing had been broken. And Os, the king, said, these shall be hung up in the temple as a testimony before men that the Great Spirit is with my people. His light shall be my light. Vede. Back over on 572. D.
Mom.
Yes.
Come here.
What?
Just come here.
Is somebody hurt?
Huh?
Is somebody hurt?
Come here.
Hold on, y'all.
Look at that cloud. Look at that.
Ooh. What? What is that? It's an X. Yo, oh my God. I gotta take y'all outside and show y'all this. Listen. So we was just talking about the wheel, right? The X and the mark on the. Come look at this guy. Hold up. Hold up. Look at this. Hold on. I gotta take care of battery. I'm glad I came to look. Look at this, y'all. Hold on. Open this door. Look what's in the sky, y'all.
I found that.
Found a what?
Hold up. What's crazy is we were just talking about this on OAHSPE, talking about the X, right? The cross and the X. Hold on. Listen here. Now, for those that's super spiritual, this ain't telling y'all that I'm a false prophet, because I'm not. Look, that's crazy, right? Look. I just think it's a confirmation of the truth of what we are reading. Yo, look, hold on. Listen, hold on. Hold up. Got me all sidetracked. Hold up. Somebody take a pill. Let me go back. Elijah, do me a favor. Take a picture of this. Take a picture of that in the sky so I can post it. Let me go back. Y'all can screenshot it if y'all want. Hold on, let me go back. Do me a favor, Elijah. Get a good picture of this. Look, y'all, and they been outside all day playing out here, and they called me to come look at this. The kids ain't heard none of this. Listen, go ahead and screenshot that, y'all. Y'all get a good screenshot? Hold on. Facebook, y'all gonna have to hold on because he's still there talking to some kids. Let me get a good shot. Hold on. I'm gonna sit y'all down. Hold on. I'm gonna take my phone. Facebook, y'all gonna pause for a quick second. Hold up.